Hi, this is Eddie Hearn, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is FAISAL Khan for Lights Out, and delighted to be joined by Solomon Dacres, all the way from Birmingham via Zoom. Good afternoon, Solomon. How's it going?
Nice one, man. All good, man. All good yourself.
Very well, thank you for asking. Very well, thank you for asking. First of all, it's a big year for British boxing. We understand that the go-ahead has been given for British boxing to return as of February by the British Boxing Board of Control. What can you tell us about your potential fight date? When are we going to see that exciting debut that we've all been promised by yourself, Matchroom, Sam Jones? Because we're looking forward to seeing another heavyweight get out in this exciting heavyweight division right now.
Yeah, hopefully we're looking at March. I think we should pretty much be penciled in for mid to late March. I think tomorrow, Friday, Matchroom will actually announce, I think, 5 shows that they've got, and I will definitely be on one of them. So I think tomorrow there will be an actual announcement.
And how's the preparation going for this debut that we're all looking forward to? How's training camp going? And of course, with the current situation, things are not getting any easier in the UK right now. So how are you managing to keep yourself motivated as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always training anyway, to be honest. So I'm just in the gym, making sure I just stay in the gym, doing more of a training, strength and conditioning, my running and that, just staying, focused. I'm always training anyway, so just gotta keep my head down really and not get too distracted by other things.
It's, as I mentioned, obviously the situation's not clearing up anytime soon. The whole pandemic situation, and of course it must be tough for yourself because I know you're eager to make your debut. How tough has it been for you to stay focused, calm, relaxed, and knowing that debut will come when it's meant to happen?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm always training anyway. I've dedicated my life to it, so I'm never too far off track. It's just obviously I want my debut to get that out of the way, really. So yeah, it's a bit of frustrating that we have to wait because we don't know when the shows are back on. But now I think I'll have a date soon. It's just allowed me to focus in on that even more. But I mean, I'm always staying in shape and never too far away from it anyway, to be honest.
You won obviously the gold medal in the 2017 National Championships. You're part of Team GB. What can we expect to see from you in 2021? It's a big year, obviously it's your breakout year as well. How many fights are you looking to have, and is there perhaps any potential names that you'd like to see yourself fighting at the early stages of your career? Because as I mentioned, you're 27 years old as well.
Yeah. Well, I should be looking to have about 5 fights by the end of the year. So I should be, given that we're probably starting March, I should be quite busy then from March through to December. I should be boxing every couple of months. So I'm going to be busy and just hopefully get some exciting fights. The matchmaking, I'm not sure. If any step up fights, come my way, I'll take them. But my manager and promoter, they're gonna guide the path for me in the best way they feel. That's their job. They know how to manage fighters and really make sure the pathway is the right time, not take things too soon. But I'll be ready within myself mentally to take any challenge that they give to me.
I know Sam Jones. I've interviewed him quite a few times. I know what kind of a person he is. He's a proper, people's person. I've just got to ask you the question: what was it that made you sign with Sam Jones and S-Jam Boxing?
Yeah. Well, I spoke to him for a few months before I was turning over. So just spoke to him just on a level of just back and forth. It wasn't no business talk straight away. Just spoke to him on that sort of level, and I like what he's doing with his fighters, the way he's managing them. He's not got a massive stable of 100 boxers where he's trying to do this, that, and the other. He's really focused on each one, and you can tell he really cares about each fighter he's got. And that's one of the big differences because he's going to put his focus and attention into managing each individual.
If you look at what he's done with specific fighters, the heavyweight fighters, Guido Vianello and of course Joyce, he's done a tremendous job. How far do you think he can take Guido and of course Joyce, who's coming back off the back of that stunning winning performance against Daniel Dubois?
as far as they could go. You know, I think as far as their talents go, you know, Sam will ensure that they can reach their talents. You know, reach the limit of their talents. You know, he's put Joyce in a position now where he's in a high ranking for, you know, contention for world titles, pretty much. You know, in terms of the governing bodies. You know, depending on where the belts get freed up and such, but he's in the position, Joyce, to you know, have a world title shot at some point soon. So you know, he's gonna guide them as far as they can go.
Doing obviously a bit of research about you, I know you've done hundreds of rounds sparring with Joyce, Daniel Dubois, and of course Anthony Joshua. You know, just tell me, what was that feeling like, that experience like of sparring Anthony Joshua, you know, the current unified heavyweight champion of the world? What did you get out of that experience, and how do you think you got on sparring Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience because you can just gauge myself against what really is the top, you know, the top of the game. And obviously I've sparred him for a couple of years up Sheffield, and you know, I managed to, you know, test myself and improve. And the main thing is that I've improved myself, you know, over the years I've sparred him, and obviously he's been improving as well. So if I'm feeling like I'm improving as well, the level is just going to keep increasing. So I definitely, you know, gain confidence that he's at the top, and where I'm at for the stage of my career, you know, I'm confident that I'm going to do well.
With Anthony Joshua, we've seen two sides to his way of fighting, especially in his last two performances. I mean, the performance against Ruiz, he showed technically he's very good. He also showed that against Parker, and of course against Pulev. You know, we've seen that he's still got that ferocious power that he's always had. And of course, a lot of people have said that he's improved on many things. Now, as a boxing fan, what style do you think would suits Anthony Joshua better? And of course, there's that big fight with Tyson Fury perhaps around the corner, where fingers crossed that fight does happen. If that fight with Tyson Fury does happen, what style would you like to see him take into that fight against Tyson Fury?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think he's learning to adapt to his opponent. I think is the main thing. He's not just, you know, taking one certain style just for the sake of it. I think what he's learning more than anything is adapting to the opponent and not changing his whole style completely, but making some adjustments. You know, like when to take his time, box and such, and when to mix it up. And I think with Fury, you know, people think, oh, Fury's just a pure boxer going to outbox him, but, you know, he's a gold medalist, Joshua. He can box at the highest level, so he does need to be aggressive, definitely. And he's going to have to get through, you know, Fury's movement and all that, but he's going to have to try and, I think, push him and press him a bit and try and get him to mix it up a little bit.
That is a fight that everybody wants to see. And as I just said, you know, fingers crossed it is a fight we get to see. You know, progressive talks are ongoing, as we've seen with Bob Arum's latest interviews. I know you've probably been asked this hundreds of times, but what happens if that fight does happen this year? Give us a prediction. I know you know Anthony Joshua well. Obviously, being a fellow heavyweight yourself, I know you watch a lot of Tyson Fury just like anyone else. So you got to give us a prediction for that fight.
I can't predict that, man. It's one of them. It's a mega fight, man. You have to just see what happens. I haven't got a clue at all, to be honest. Personally, I'm favouring Joshua in the fight, but I couldn't give you a full-on prediction, man. Because you look at Tyson Fury, you just never know what's going to happen with him. You know, he's come back from such a you know, dark place to beat Wilder twice, really, and you just don't know. He's going to be improving all the time from where he was. So you don't know what he's going to bring. Joshua, you know, he's going to, you know, bring his A game. You know what he's got. So I think it's just going to be it could be a close fight, but I'm favouring Joshua, to be honest.
As I mentioned earlier on during the interview, you've done loads of sparring with Joyce and, of course, Daniel Dubois. We all know Joyce was successful that night when they both fought. A lot of people have maybe perhaps criticised Daniel Dubois for taking a knee, but, you know, again, if you look back at the state of his eye, I think, you know, long-term wise, it's probably the smartest thing to do. What was your thoughts on Daniel Dubois taking a knee in that 11th round? And, you know, do you think he can bounce back after that defeat to Joyce?
Yeah, he'll definitely bounce back. Dubois is one of those guys that, you know, he lives and breathes his boxing, man. That's everything to him. So I know he'll be back in the gym when he can, and he'll come back because you know, he was, other than the eye situation, you know, the scorecards, some people had Dubois up. It was very close. So, you know, Dubois would have beat a lot of guys on that night. But Joe Joyce just came up. Trump's man is just got to rate Joe Joyce. But yeah, with him taking the knee, you can only say for himself how he really felt. I think what boxing, boxing fans want to see blood, man. They want to see you not taking a knee for yourself. They want to see you put on the deck, and if you're gonna stop it, someone else stop it. So can you say, man? Only he knows how he felt at the time. But people would probably want to just see you go out in your shield and not take the knee yourself. But he has to say for himself how he felt. I don't know.
Solomon, like I said, 2021, massive year. We're all looking forward to that debut. What can the fans expect to see from you in 2021?
Yeah, definitely some, explosive fights, really trying to burst onto the scene, and it's going to be exciting. So, just keep an eye out when I'm boxing, for these matchroom cards. Get my debut announced soon, should be March time. And then through the rest of the year, I should be quite active. So get to see some good explosive fights and, coming up hungry, fresh into the game. So I'm just coming to, really light a spark in the heavyweight division.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to keeping an eye on you. Another heavyweight coming up in this exciting heavyweight division. Now, Solomon, thank you very much for your time, and we'll definitely keep an eye out for your announcement. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. We understand, as you just mentioned, Eddie Hearn will be announcing at least 5 shows from now till, I believe, May. Thank you for your time. Pleasure speaking to you.
Nice one, man. Appreciate it.
No, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon.
Wicked, man. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
Thank you very much for your time, Solomon. Thank you for talking to Lights Out.